flaws, but I tell you what, he's made the final of the World Cup, so we're not going to argue about his style that he's grooved over the years. And Graham Archer, a straight sets winner in his semi-final over Ian Merrion of Guernsey. So not much joy for Mr. and Mrs. Merrion, with Alison finishing runner-up in the women's, and Ian knocked out in the semis. Very good start there from Graham. James 7-6 and 7-all in his win over Brett Wilkie of Australia. That was a very tight affair. A couple of identical bowls sent down by James Talbot. So a good crowd in, it makes the air conditioning work a little bit harder, and Graham Archer was saying that if he's struggled with anything in these near perfect conditions, it's the air conditioning, Shuey. Why would that be?
Well, the speed of the green changes constantly, Steve, with the air temperature, especially compared to their round robin matches. I don't think he's worried about anything at the final at the moment.
That's a good start, isn't it? One in front, one behind.
Ideal start for a game of singles. Has the jack smothered and has the second nearest as well. Yes, it's just getting the range, and with the changing, subtle change of speed throughout the match, just can find a lot of players out. But these two guys are in red hot form.
How's that last bill shot, please, Jay? Just over a foot short. Thanks.
Have not seen one drive at all in the tournament from James Talbot. He stuck to the draw shot. He's under early pressure here in the final.
So both men to visit the head, and one interesting thing about this final is that we're going to have a new champion. No sign of Leif Selby, the Aussie 2010 winner.
I think James Talbot, Steve, he will have to attack this head. He's 3 down. He does not have much room to draw a second shot. He's walking back, visualising how much weight, what line to play, what type of result to expect. I think backhand with very firm weight.
Ducking across the head, he'll need luck. Some contact here. He's at least 2 down. You'd like to see more weight there, Shuey?
Yes, I think so, Steve. He's been unlucky. Just the angle wasn't in his favour. The contact angle was a bit stiff to cut Archer's bowl across onto the jack. He's back cut one of his opponents in. So could be, as you mentioned, 2, maybe 3 down still. So opportunity for Archer. He's got the widest drawing bowl of any player in the tournament. Great to see. He throws them out and they swoop back. He looks very narrow with this line for his bowl.
Unhappy with his last, but overall a good first end for Graham Archer as he picks up 2. The men's singles final for 2011. 2-0 Archer over Talbot. Well, fantastic to see the place full. Eyes wide open the whole journey. Waiting for a blink. No? Still no? Yeah. Second end, first set. Graham Archer. Jack's on the tee, Matt's a couple of metres up.
Talbot rolled the Jack on the first end 30 metres and 31 metres the second end, so obviously Graham Archer doesn't mind the long length.
Oh, James doesn't mind it either.
Very unlucky to finish it. Just resting alongside
middle of the
Jack.
ball, middle of the kitty.
It's obviously the shot, but it's not going to stay there, I doubt, Steve. Archer already has a close bowl. I don't think he'll play weight with this one. I think he'll be just drawing close. Not that hard to convert this head.
You called it, Shuey, and there he goes. They're too good in these ideal conditions.
Well, that's
I'm 5 years, 2 down.
a perfect illustration of close bowls are not always good bowls. It was a nice target to bowl Jack, just over draw weight. He's made it look easy. Highly skilled, but these are both class players, and you need to be in front of the Jack or behind, not sitting out alongside with wide arms welcoming your opponent down to take your place, and that's exactly what Archer did. And I actually thought he would have played a backhand drive to that head.
Sat down for second.
You're holding one.
James
My
Talbot.
second, Bill, a touch up. Your second, no.
Got second nearest to the Jack with that forehand draw. Must look so inviting, Steve, from the mat and the backhand runner. This 2-bowl target, you can get both. The split on the 2 bowls. Must look a beautiful target from the mat on the backhand. You could go click off the second nearest blue onto the shot bowl, stun the bowl onto the Jack for 3. Does he play it this time? No, he's staying on. Oh, it's backhand? It is backhand. How much weight? Looking for the split. Inside edge of the second nearest blue bowl.
Back it comes.
Click,
Got something.
and Jack. Brilliant.
He saw the shot and he executed.
What a great shot that was, Steve.
Oh, couple down to 3 up. Welcome back to the game. It's unbelievable that he was pretty much away from the indoor game for a decade. Just kept his hand in with a bit of outdoor bowls, but he's very pleased to be back in the game, playing so well.
Just saw the manager of his indoor bowl stadium applauding wildly too. Well, that was a brilliant shot he played. The first really aggressive shot I've seen James Talbot play.
Hey.
And then Graham Archer just arrives to reduce the count a little.
Got second shot, Steve.
All right, reduce the count a fair bit then.
Now this is the type of shot. This is the type of shot, Steve. If you give it away, don't worry. It's worth the risk. If you come up here on the backhand, which he'll play, if you turn that over for shot, that doesn't hurt you really much at all. Because the reward is, if you get hold of the Jack and poke it through to here, you've got all 4 shots. So don't be scared. Reach up with half a metre of running. He's just played a tremendous backhand runner. Now he's trying to trail a bare Jack half a metre.
It's coming off considerable weight, though, to a subtle draw. James Talbot, can he do it? Needs to come in. It's too wide and a little heavy, but it's all right. He's got one. And he's on the board in the final. Talbot has 1. Archer has 2 after 2 ends. And the early signs are this final could be what we've hoped for. Excellent play there from Archer, and then through comes Talbot. Couple down to 3 up. Archer takes 2 out of the count. Well, Talbot. We had a women's final here of the absolute highest quality. I tell you what, we could get something similar here.
It's looking like it, Steve, and it's good to see both players on the scoreboard. Just 2 ends in. It's so important just to get on that scoreboard early. It is hard to believe that this guy, James Talbot, has been away from the carpet for a decade.
If you've missed his story, he's basically been following Manchester United around the world. Mostly in the UK, of course, but he's taken some trips with them, and he's an absolute tragic Man U fan.
Gave up playing indoor bowls and went to between 30 and 50 Manchester United matches a year for 10 years, all around the world.
You'd want a discount on your tickets, wouldn't you, if you're that devoted? There must be some deal going.
His first bowl is going to be the key. I mentioned that in the introduction, Steve. The first 2 bowls, I think, is the key to most games of singles. But these 2 guys, they both draw exceptionally well. Talbot's got the ability to absolutely nail the jack. Archer's already done it on the first end of the match to pick up a double. Big late kick on the bias of the bowl. It comes at right angles at the death. County Antrim. He's home at the Jim Baker Stadium, just on the outskirts of Belfast. His outdoor club is Old Leach, which is just a single green club.
Ooh, gave it a fright. Talbot's got such amazing touch. If he gets a little bit of a run on, I think he can be a bit intimidating. That's what I wondered if it happened with Brett Wilkie, is that Wilkie was just knocked over by the consistency and touch and just flair of Talbot.
He's got a bit of a swagger about his body language too, Steve, and even though the opponent doesn't notice his eyes, I think they're special. The eyes of a sniper. He doesn't blink. He'd be a great gunslinger. He just got no nerves, this guy. He rides every bowl to the head. The concentration, intense. And does he blink?
Not until his opponent does.
Sensational drawing. Oh. Sensational drawing.
Even the Scottish supporters have to applaud the work of James Talbot. Graham Archer having a good stare at it himself now. He's a team leader in an engineering company. What can he manufacture here, Shuey?
Well, he needs to make contact, obviously, Steve. It's just a question of how much weight and what hand he plays. He's 2 down. He's got 3rd nearest. I don't think he's got 4th, so he's got to be a little bit careful. Just trying to spring the jack to his own bowl. I would suggest no more than a metre of running, looking for contact on the shot bowl.
Okay, in it comes. But hasn't quite arrived as he crosses the line and drops a 2. So James Talbot. And he takes the lead 3-2 after 3 ends.
Just looking at Graham Archer on the right and James Talbot on the left. Both got very good forward momentum. At the point of release, the body weight is moving forward. A lot of players that take the body weight down, but both players moving into the delivery at the point of release.
Talbot, start of the 4th end. He's just taken the lead, 3-2. You know, Kelvin Kirko used to stare after the bowl like that. Well, he still does, of course.
Yeah, you could see as soon as he let that go, he wasn't happy. He was clicking his fingers, thought he was a bit overweight. That's a good sign, because when you're in top form, as soon as the bowl comes out of the palm of the hand or your fingers, you know within 30 centimetres generally where it's going to finish. So that's a good sign. He knew he was heavy. A lot of club players let a bowl go, they're happy with it, and then it's a couple of metres away, so how do you play your next?
I think both these fellows are in such good form, Sure. If someone opens the door, the other one's going to walk in.
I just feel, even though you're right in what you said earlier, James Talbot, he's got that flair about his game. He has got the ability to run away. But, Steve, I just feel a Graham Archer with a tough week in, week out competition he faces in Edinburgh, that's going to hold him in good stead for this final today. He is rock solid, Archer, in terms of his mental toughness. He's tactically smart. He skips team events. He had a legendary player in Willie Wood play 3 for him in the Commonwealth Games 2002 in Manchester. So look, he's an absolute star, Archer.
Graham was recalling for us what a strange draw it was in Manchester, that he only played 3 games. Yes, pools of 4, and
I think that's, yeah, I know. So many countries now, Steve. I remember the couple of Commonwealth Games I played in the singles. You played something like 21 matches. You played, it was a war of attrition, just to wear down opponent after opponent. And
if you didn't finish top of your pool, that was it. 3 matches.
Yeah, go home.
Seems harsh.
Graham plays at the Midlothian Indoor Club, which is at Edinburgh.
Well, at least if you did have to pack up and go home after Manchester, it's not that far to Edinburgh.
There's so many good players in that part of Scotland, the Edinburgh, Glasgow areas, Steve. They're so fiercely competitive, both indoors and outdoors, and there's so many players. The indoor stadiums have got over 1,000 members. It's hard to get a game other than their regular leagues, matches, and it's every game's a tough game. And I think in Ireland they haven't got as many players, and James Talbot, you know, he's obviously a world-class singles player. He's got that, I guess, inner determination to want to compete.
Fall in. Well, made it closer, but still looks a Scottish bowl, but the shadow's a little deceiving. Not sure where the bowl finishes and the shadow starts, but Still favour the... You want to favour the flat bowl, except they both are.
Not sure. Jamie Nabby, he's not holding up any lollipops at the moment, I don't think, Steve, so...
Looks like Scotland. A little bumpy out of the hand. May not mean anything bad. And James Talbot is willing to concede the one. So we're all tied up, 3-all after 4 ends in the men's singles final.
3-piece after 4 ends of the opening set.
Just looking at the forehand draw shot of both players, quite crouched there. Talbot on the left. Beautiful follow through for both players. The arm goes straight through the intended aiming line. This is the backhand. Very unusual, typical stance on the mat for UK-based players. Well, that's another forehand from Archer. A backhand on the left from Talbot. They're good on both wings.
5th end, first set. And Graham Archer has the mat. Got the jack in his sights. Just coming up a foot short.
Five ends left in this opening set, Steve, of the final, and I'm actually going to just really closely monitor who has the better of the opening bowl. I think the player that can out-lead with just a single bowl, in this case it's Archer, if they can win 3 of the next 5 ends up with the opening bowl, I really think the other player is going to have to do something special to win. They just need to consolidate the head. They both would be unhappy with their opening bowl.
Yes, Graham Archer turned his back on that one halfway down the rink. There's that little hitch of the trousers with the left hand.
Unusual setup. The prior to the backswing, the arm goes way out as if he's waving to somebody in the crowd. He gets way outside the line, then tucks the bowl in behind his head. If he grabs the jacket, it'll be handy. Tucks his bowl in behind on the backswing and then comes out and remarkably finds a consistent line. It just wanders out way outside the line, tucks it in behind the knee, comes back out, straightens up, and he plays impeccable line.
This looks better. That's the one.
Funny angle on the bowl, and then it goes back out to him and disappears in behind his trailing knee.
A lot of moving parts there.
Yeah, there is, and the body weight goes a little bit early, so he hasn't got ideal timing, and yet he's got this exquisite skill. I think he's played the worst end of the tournament today, but he's same length they've been playing. It's the 31-metre length, and he's in a bit of bother here, James Talbot.
That is a loose-looking end. They look like they've fallen off the back of a small truck and been thrown there.
When the jack is right on the tee, Steve, the lights don't extend past the end of the rink, and you quite often have a shadow as a player. You look up the far end to the tee, and it's a little bit darker up, looking up at the tee. You can see where Graham Archer is now. Where the mat is, there's a dull spot. It's not as bright. It's hard to just judge the exact distance.
A couple of very good bowls offered by Graham Archer. They would be for a 5-3 lead. Still something to come from James Talbot, though. filled out his bio player profile form here, put some results on it. Nothing between 2001 and 2009. Nothing.
He's got something now. Something special. 3 down. He'll need something special here, Steve.
Needs a straightening wick. Doesn't get it. Be close for second. Archer's going to take the lead here. 4-3 or 5-3? It's 2. Graham Archer of Scotland leads Ireland's James Talbot 5-3 after 5 ends.
5 shots to 3, the halfway point of this opening set.
James Talbot, an unusual, determined player and a real clench of the fist when he lets it go. Intense.
Start of the 6th. Archer hasn't been, well, yes, he has. He did trail 3-2 after 3 ends, but he's mainly been in front. 2-0, 2-1. 5-3 now.
They both started this final in brilliant form, Steve. And the last couple of ends, they've just lost that pinpoint accuracy to nail the jack with the opening bowl. Archer won the battle on first bowl on the previous end. This time, it's Talbot.
He doesn't blink until the bowl comes to rest. Is there another player in the world that does that? I mean,
I'm not
it's
sure.
16, 18 seconds of fixed gaze. Mind you, Graham Archer's
I don't think he blinked either, Steve.
Yeah. Maybe more players do it than we think. It's just not something we really looked for. As he's lost that certain feel that he had in the first couple of ends.
Graham's got a very unusual sighting method. His head's up at the start of his backswing, and as he commences his backswing, the eyes drop, takes his vision down. It's quite an unusual sighting technique. James Talbot, look, see how Graham Archer, he drops his head, looks at his bowl, and then as his head is moving, coming up as he delivers the bowl. And that also contributes to just dropping the bowl a bit as his head is shifting his vision as he delivers the bowl.
Well, there's a bit to rest on here for James Talbot if he can find those blue bowls. I just want to find the hole. Oh, doesn't need the hole, he's got the jack. It's back to his best. That one's going to be very tough to beat.
He's got 2 seconds though, Steve. He could actually, I think, nearly win the set here. It's worth the risk. Reach up with a metre of weight, try and push the shot bowl through and stay for 2, maybe 3. This is a fairly good shot to be faced with when you're leading 5-3. The eyes go down, he lets it go, and he has a little poke up the green with the vision, and
it's a bouncer.
Bombs away. This bowl will swing late. Has he got too much speed? May prove a costly miss. Could be 5-all. Just watch this release. Just lets the bowl go with a bouncer. It wobbled away.
On the other hand, I reckon James Talbot faces up like he's going to bowl a leg break. He gets around with the wrist action that's a bit of right to left action.
You can see how his head is up. He has a quick look at it, but now he keeps the eyes more up. He doesn't drop the eyes as much, and he gets the ball away sweetly that time. Only played one decent bowl out of 4, but that one is going to count.
Be grateful for it, as he's halved the deficit. And after 6 ends of the men's singles final, it's 5-4 to Archer over Talbot.
Shot going the way of Ireland's James Talbot. He cuts that deficit back to 1. He trails 4 shots to 5.
James Talbot, start of the 7th end, first set.
They've not had one end, Steve, under 30 metres. Playing good 3/4 to long ends. Now the player that's had the shot after the first 2 bowls has gone on and won the last 2 ends. They've shared them. And unless, as I mentioned, unless there's a real special shot played, I think it's indicative, this final, of just who gets nearest to the jack with the opening bowl. Well, at the moment it's 2-1 to Talbot, so what it does, that setup right there just eases the anxiety in James Talbot's mind and increases the pressure in Graham Archer's mind. He knows, Archer, the next one must be good. He's going to be in big trouble. And the player that's holding shot like that says, "Oh, good, I'm feeling good. Slot another one in there and I'll be good." It's very good.
Take the tension out. Take the perspiration off the fingers. Archer, his bowlers swoop in now. Looks better, much better. Very good.
One down.
Should pull the switch now to the forehand. He's got 3 options on the forehand. He could just draw the shot. He could rest on Archer's bowl. Or better still, plan A would be just touch the jack.
Oh, great try. A couple of centimetres off the ideal line.
Just go past Jack K, this side. This ball? Yes. Yes, it's a ball past Jack level. Thank you.
Talbot's 1 down. He's got the advantage at the head though, Steve. He's got 3 close bowls. His opponent's only got 1 anywhere near it. Archer would be aware of the danger. Not happy.
Interesting bit of marking going on there, because Jamie Nabby made absolutely certain that he understood which bowl he was being asked about. He had that incident in the women's final, which has all worked out okay in the end, but created a bit of a stir around the club, and I think Jamie Nabby was a bit mindful of that. He said, "Now, this one, this is the one."
Yes,
yeah.
Ball past Jack level.
There's absolutely no room for a misunderstanding there.
I think this is an opportunity, Steve, and It could go sour, but I think it's worth the risk. Backhand, a metre of running, come in with a tight line, rest that bowl over for 3. He doesn't want to move the jack unless you cut it on the narrow side to the right. When you're 1 down 2 seconds and got a head like this to play to, it's a great opportunity for James Talbot. But he's playing forehand. Forehand with weight. He cannot get to the shot bowl on the forehand. He's
slapped his thigh, and it's not even very close.
And more likely, had he got the jack on that hand, he would have cut it to Archer's 3 bowls. So that was I think quite a surprising shot selection. Archer now, he'd be licking his chops here, Steve. Does he, at 5-4 up, does he try to draw 2? Or, better still, does he take a bit of a risk himself? I would. I think he will too. I think he'll try and trail the jack on the backhand, 1/2 metre for 4.
Oh. Is it the time to be greedy? He's up 5-4.
He's looking for the jack. He has a slightly tight line for his bowl.
It's hanging out there now. No damage done. And with 2 ends left in the first set, he's enjoying a 2-shot lead, Graham Archer, as he picks up another single there. 6-4 after 7. Well, Claire Johnson there on the right. Scotland's been very well represented at the latter stages of the tournament. Claire made the semis of the women's, and here in the final is Graham Archer. Claire, of course, should have come last year, but unfortunately for her, she was prevented from getting out of the Northern Hemisphere by all that volcanic ash that played havoc with flights out of the UK, especially in Europe. But, got the nod in 2011, made the last 4, so well done to her. A Scottish teammate here, he's got the first set in his sights as Talbot sends one long. He knew that one needed to hurry. But, still looking good for Archer in this first set. Seeing a bit of nerves at play here, Shui. They started so well, but the occasion can't be ignored. I don't think either player is quite as hot as they were in their semis. No, a couple of reasons maybe for that, Steve. One is the changing speed of the green, which happens regularly on indoor surfaces. Excellent bowl. I think he might have just snuck in for the shot.
It's close, but I'm 5 years, 1 down.
Great call. You'd like to hear a make a decision. So it's very close, Graham, but I think you're 1 down. Good call, Jamie Nabby. The other problem, Steve, because it's such a big event, you get a bit of anxiety. You play a couple of loose bowls and you start worrying about your own form. Needs a lucky wick, a feather. Oh, got fresh air. This is a huge opportunity now, Steve, for James Talbot. He's holding 1. He still has 2 to play. Archer's just got 1 bullet left in the gun. So potentially Talbot could take the lead on this penultimate end of the first set.
Can he seize the opportunity? Yes, he's done the first part of it. That's what I like about you, Shuey, mate. The glass isn't half full, it's overflowing with optimism.
Well, you've got to pump your own tyres up, Steve. Nobody else will do it for you, especially in singles. And I love the way this guy plays, Talbot. Look at the eyes. He'd scare anyone away. He's so intense. Now Archer has got to pump his tyres up, Steve. He's got to say, come on, pull the switch and just draw onto that last bowl. He's got to visualise it over and over again and then execute. Needs his best bowl of the set right now.
Tell you what, he's close. Is he close enough? Falls out. Oh, gosh, have a look at this. I think he is.
What a star. What a star.
Just took some air out of the tyres for James Talbot.
Well, James, let's see if we can help you through this one. There's a couple of shots that he could play here, James Talbot. I think he's one down. He might as well drop 17 shots as to drop one, so it doesn't make any difference. He's got to get the shot. There's only 2 shots on. Touch the jack, a delicate trail to there. Pretty low percentage. I think that's what he'll play. I would play firmer weight onto this bowl, hoping to hit that edge, come across and push the blue wide here and stay for 3. The shot's there. It's tough, but you can make 3 to a head like this with a couple of metres of running.
It's the penultimate end of the set, but it could be the deciding bowl. Down 2 on the scoreboard, 1 on the end.
He's playing the delicate trail.
Still got to come back. Unless he gets luck off that one. He doesn't. He doesn't. And that looks like 1 to Graham Archer. Yes, that's conceded, and that will be a 3-shot lead that he takes to the last end of the first set. Archer, 7-4 over Talbot. Well, Graham Archer will be feeling pretty chipper right now. He's won 5 ends to 3. Leads 7-4.
That last bowl he played, Steve, on the previous end was one of the best pressure bowls you'll ever see.
And this was it. He was down a couple. And there was nothing Talbot could do. Very tough for Talbot to try and squeeze a 3 out of this. It's all been 1s and 2s through the first set so far. Certainly can't be short.
The only advantage he does have, he's going to play last, Steve.
That's the first one he needs.
There is always a shot on somewhere to make a double with your last bowl. Whether the head is set up favourably enough to make a treble, I don't know about that, because Archer, he's just rock solid.
What's he got here? Just about, if it falls over. Oh, that's tight for shot.
Favour the brown. Flat on its belly. Can be very deceptive when you have a bowl laying flat and a bowl on the running surface. It's almost like an optical illusion. So you generally favour the bowl that's flat. Cannot be short. Well, that's 1 wasted. The next 2 must count.
So, I think you're right there, Shuey, with the brown bowl, but the short one, you concentrate so hard on the line, you forget to send it.
put the lights out here.
Through the gap.
Okay, Talbot still has an opportunity for the 3 that he needs for a tie.
Must not be short. He won't be. Oh, he might have brought the other Scottish bowl into play though.
Still 2, Steve. It was a great bowl. The second shot's actually closer. And he's left a little worrying gap wide of the jack. If Archer plays weight and misses and finds fresh air through that gap. Oh.
This is what we wanted. We're going to sweat it out right to the last bowl of the set.
Oh, it's just what you don't need when you've under the pump someone to move and make a noise.
Well, I think it's a stills photographer down right in his eye line and halfway down the rink on that right-hand side.
It's very tight for his line. He'll need a lot of weight to hold that line. He's going to start swinging.
And he looks a little upset. I think there was some movement in the crowd. It may have been the snapper, I'm not sure, but it doesn't take much to catch your eye when you're concentrating that hard.
It looks easy enough, but this is a tough shot for James Talbot. He's got 30 centimetres of room only to draw a 3rd and tie the opening set.
He has the touch. Can he find it when he needs it most? Might be narrow.
It's tight.
Yeah. Needs to stop in a hurry. Get a wick off that one. Keep coming. No, he didn't. He left 2 short when he was chasing 3. You can't do that. He picks up 2 and comes up 1 short. 7-6 to Archer in the first set of the men's singles final. Quentin Hull is coming in to join you for the second.
Hardly a spare seat ringside, and the fans really enjoying the tight nature of this men's final. Not only busy ringside, but I've just come from downstairs in the club where there are televisions around the edge of the indoor rink here, and a lot of chairs positioned around the screens to see this match. So not only the stands full here, Shuey, but real interest across the club. Everyone trying to find a vantage point to pick up the pictures of this tight final.
Yes, Quentin, I'm sure all our viewers in the UK would be have an interest in this match too, with the Scotsman playing the Irishman, and at the moment it's Graham Archer with the first set.
Well, there those fans close to the rink, and even in a few other portions around the club. People watching on, because there's not really many seats at all left here. I heard you speaking about the importance of the first bowl midway through the first set and throughout that first set. Outside of that? What are the key issues as this match now moves into its second set?
Well, patience has got a lot to do with winning a big title, Quinn, and you don't try to force things. The thing that I find is absolutely staggering, we haven't had one medium length end. They've all been long ends. They've been 30, 31, 32 metres every end of the final. So both players preferring long lengths. I think because Talbot lost the first set, I think he must change. He must try a medium length end of maybe just 26 metres or so when he wins the end. You mentioned a huge crowd throughout the club. I'm sure the speed of the green, Quentin, has changed since the first the opening couple of ends, because both players had the jack on a string, and they've just deteriorated a little bit, and it could be mental pressure, but it's more likely to be the physical conditions out on the green, the speed, subtle change.
And you can see the tensions in the hand and also the feet.
He's getting fidgety.
Yes, with the more people coming in ringside, it brings in more body heat and warms the conditions up and makes the rink play a little quicker.
Well, this is a very, very dangerous situation right now, Quentin. First end, second set of the final. He's lost the first. He's 2, probably 3 down, and just 1 bowl to play. He can ill afford to drop a treble on the opening end of the second set.
Only early on in this second set, but already this is a very important bowl. Three down.
Tactically, you just try to draw a second shot, minimise the damage.
Doesn't look all that happy with it.
Nerves a shot.
Dear, dear. Now, they may even have a look for this fourth here. It's certainly 3. And I just wonder whether that blue bowl at 6 o'clock has any chance. Yeah, I think Graham Archer, he wants to... Well, the blue bowl at 6 is in the count. That, to my mind, I thought the bowl at 2 o'clock was third shot.
I think he's turned out the 4th nearest and left the 3rd nearest for the measure.
Was that what you were thinking?
Yeah, I agree.
I thought that the bowl at 2 o'clock now being measured was definite third shot, and I thought perhaps the bowl at 6 o'clock was a chance. Oh well, it is all 4 now. We might be able to get another look at that. It is 4 to Archer. And a massive fillip for the Scotsman to start their second set. The players and marker, they're much closer, but here was the state of the head as it finished, and well, an interesting start to this second set. All 4 shots going to Graham Archer, and it's going to take a massive, well, mental readjustment here from James Talbot just to try and forget the happenings of the last couple of ends and focus on chasing down this deficit that he has.
I think the only way he can do it, Quentin, to be honest, he's going to need help from Archer. Archer's going to have to go off the boil. He, to me, he just showed signs of the pressure. We showed how he was getting fidgety and a few nervous movements, and now he's missing everything. Line, weight. And to drop a 4 on the opening end when you've just lost a set by a single shot, when he had an opportunity to tie it, I think he'd be absolutely devastated.
Fans are a bit stunned as well. Real silence on the rink at the moment. A few bewildered looks.
Talbot's first bowl is nearly 2.5 metres from the jack. It's a long way. He has a better line this time. And better weight.
And that's an excellent correction. The response from Archer looks very handy as well. Get out of my way. Well played. And this is probably the illustration of what we were talking about, Ian. The day-to-day tough bowls, the more regular, hard competition that Graham Archer has been experiencing. This guy's done an amazing job to play so well after so long out of the game. But that regular honing of the skills, the experiencing of the pressure.
I've played on a lot of the indoor stadiums in Edinburgh, and I was absolutely staggered by the number of quality. Oh, flops in. He might have.
For a millisecond it was shot, I think.
He might have it, Quentin. I was staggered by the number of just first-class players that play bowls around the Edinburgh area. And Archer, he's as good as they come.
No sign from the head, but I fancy it's one blue.
Oh, Jamie Nabby, he's holding up one blue. He asked James Talbot what he thought. Talbot says, oh, I think I'm down, so Jamie holds up a blue lollipop.
So I get the feeling that Archer playing this as if he's holding. His last bowl of the end. Stays at 1, but Talbot has 1 to play, and it's just noticeable as well. I'm sure James Talbot can hear it too, just the real quietness now around the rink. He's got to get a shot soon. How's he going to get this one?
On the forehand, Quentin, just the outside of centre here. And as the bowl goes through, the jack finishes here, pokes the jack down the line. His bowl runs through to this area. He can make a 3. There's no real danger, even if he gets the split on the 2 bowls near the jack. That is also to his advantage for 1 or 2. So 0.5 metre to a metre of running only through the head. Oh, he's got metres on it. He's got plenty.
This is going to get nothing but air on the way through to the bank.
Yeah, so just first sign of pressure, poor decision making. He didn't have the best back bowl. Archer had the best back and scored another shot.
To make it 5-0 through 2 ends of the second set. Archer taking the first 7-6. It was a pretty good start from Talbot. He was the first on the jack, but again, Archer just showing the professionalism of the more regular top-flight play of recent times. That's not too far away either. So he didn't play a bad end, really, Talbot, until that bad last shot. Well, we're at that point of the contest, only 2 ends into the second set, but there is just an amazing trend of momentum with the Scot. He squeaked out of the first set, but on the back of consecutive ends to start this second set, 5-0 lead. This man at the moment probably wishing he could push the reverse button to 7 or 8 minutes ago. And that's how tight it can be in a big final. Shuey, you lapse for a brief period of time, and that can be all it takes in a tight encounter.
Especially sets play, Quinn, and you don't have enough time to come back if you get too far behind. He needs more bowls like that. He's just lost his drawing consistency. He's not grouping enough bowls near the jack. He's getting only, 1 out of 4, at best 2 out of 4, whereas Archer, to me, hasn't shown any signs of nerves yet. Hasn't looked worried. Now this is an opportunity. This is where James Talbot must say to himself, oh, that's good, he's failed. Here's my big chance to get back in the match. Nail another one on top of the jack, and all of a sudden, Archer starts to feel the heat. But if you fail, Archer's likely to come up and draw the shot.
Well, there's no question that he's not concentrating. You can see it in the eyes and clicking the fingers. He's really intense at the moment. Handy. Handy, yeah.
6, 7 out of 10, maybe. It's a good pass mark, but it's not excellent. And the way this man has played, you'd expect him to correct with this third bowl.
Well, its second shot, it's close for shot. Wait for the call from the head.
I'll still just favour you, but very close.
Jamie Nabby favouring 1 to the Irishman.
Good head to play to for Talbot. Trail the jack, half a metre. Plan B, you come in on the tight side of the jack. Rest Archer's bowl through. 4-3. Must not be wide.
Coming in now. Ooh, now I just wonder whether that's skidded that bowl a little closer, even though it looked like it's rocked back to its original position. Sometimes, particularly on the synthetic surfaces, the bowl can skid a little under even the slightest of touches.
Very deceptive, the camera angle. It certainly looks one blue.
There you go, the ring from above the head. Again, it's not an exact science, but it's a very, very good guide, and that favours the Talbot bowl. So here's the last from Archer. We fancy he's down. Swooping now. But not fast enough. That's the immovable bowl.
Well, it's definitely skidded across there. He's hit it, it's moved, and then... Oh, you'd have to favour Archer now, surely. That was a wonderful attempt from Graham Archer. He might be holding one. He might be one down.
How much did it move it, though?
I actually think he should play, James Talbot should play good firm weight at this on the tight side of the jack, Quinn, and push the jack all the way through for a couple, or take out Archer's bowl. Don't try the finesse draw shot to a head like this. Play positive weight, expect a good result. As long as you're not wide at the jack.
Which it is. And again, that bowl moves and is still pretty close to the jack, and now we'll have to have a really good look to work out just who's got the shot here. You say we...
Before I played that, anyways. Don't know what that rocking has done. What are you? Okay.
Favour the flat bowl, and indeed the flat bowl is favoured. Talbot with the shot, but Archer leads 5-1 through 3 ends of the second set. He took the first set 7-6.
Very intriguing third end of the second set. Talbot started off with the eventual end winner. It was a toucher. It stayed there throughout the end. It was contacted on 3 occasions, but it still finished up nearest to the jack. Archer tried to dislodge it. Not quite.
The men's singles final for the World Cup Warilla 2011. There will be a new name on the trophy. The defending champion Leif Selby not making the last 4.
Just for the benefit, sorry Quentin, for the benefit of all our keen bowling viewers, if you're ever playing any game or you're skipping a team event or playing singles, if you come off finishing second, you must, absolutely must, test your opposition out over short, medium and long ends. We have not had anything but long ends in the entire final. James Talbot needs to grab the mat and go short. He played brilliant bowls on the short ends against Brett Wilkie in the semi-final.
And that was Wilkie's preferred length.
And sometimes, you know, in the heat of battle, it's hard to just stand back and think about tactics. You're too engrossed in every delivery.
Can't see the forest for the trees, Shuey.
That's exactly right, and it's a good lesson for all bowlers to learn. You've got to just say, well, how am I going? Am I playing the right side of the rink? Am I playing the right length? Am I playing into my opponent's hands? Not when you're on the mat, but when you're not bowling. And I actually think James Talbot is letting this final slip away by staying on these long 30, 31, 32 metre length ends. I've always believed that the Scottish players are the best long end players in the world. They're not afraid to go long.
Because they're used to throwing it as hard as they possibly can in outdoor bowls.
On the slow outdoor greens, that's right, Quinn. It's also harder, and they're a lot braver than a lot of other bowlers, the Scots. They like to take opposition out of their comfort zone.
Position, please, Jamie.
And they do have a lot of forward momentum. A lot of Scottish players take big, long strides when they deliver the bowl.
Holding one.
It's easier to maintain a...
James Bill short to Jack High, please. James is about half a bowl short of the kitty.
Easier to maintain a good feel for weight over a long end if you have a long stride and not a great technically correct delivery. So I would really, and if somebody wobbles the bowl, and we've seen Graham Archer dump the bowl, he bounces it away. So any player that wobbles a bowl, tactically it's always better to play against a player like that on minimum length ends, because the wobble doesn't take the bias as well as what a bowl delivered at a faster speed does.
Archer with 1, Talbot with 1 to play. And again, it's just a matter of trying to score here for the man from Northern Ireland. Plenty of time left if he can, or ends left if he can just win a few in a row, settle things down. Looks a chance. And it's the shot. Got some help. But it's there and in pretty good position. No real emotion from him. Now Archer has the job of trying to dislodge that bowl right on top of the jack, and he's looking down that forehand. He's wondering, well, usually we'd expect there'd be room to arrive on the forehand, but with this man playing with such a wide bowl, is that forehand blocked, Shuey? A lot of the bowls that we see usually are narrow enough to get in on that line. I just wonder whether he's thinking, I can't get in there on that forehand. We'll wait and see. He is going to try the forehand. And not the result he was hoping for. So well played to James Talbot. He's won the last 2 ends. It is 2 ends apiece in this second set, but how costly for Talbot. How fortunate for Archer that he picked up all 4 in the first end of the set. 5-2 to the Scotsman. The flags of Scotland and Northern Ireland adorning the scoreboard here at the Warilla Indoor Bowls Complex. One of the best indoor complexes in the world, and one of the bigger titles in the world up for grabs today. The World Cup Indoor Champion. Well, not too bad. Again, that heavily biased bowl of the Scotsman just turning almost at right angles to the line right at the end of the journey.
I'm sure Jack Hayes that pretty. About 4 inches short, the last ball.
1 blue. And just a reminder, as much as it looks like it's an exact science, it's very close, but that ring above the head is still not as accurate as getting out the measure. But it's a great way for you at home to have a look at the position. And it's extraordinary how quiet it is out there at the moment.
That makes the players even more nervous, Quentin. You can feel the tension.
So many people out there, and hardly
you can
a murmur.
Actually feel your own heart thumping when you're standing on the mat when it's deathly silent.
One down.
So second shot to Archer. He's just searching for a shot here to keep his dominant position on the scoreboard.
He's got a wide enough drawing bowl to come around the short one and touch the jack for 3, Quentin. He's well wide of his opponent's bowl, but he's drawn the shot. It's a beauty. Problem here, it's a major problem for James Talbot. He does not have 1 bowl behind the jack. He's got to be very careful if he's thinking about weight.
Just a bit of mumbling between Graham Archer and Jamie Nabby. And a lick of the fingers and a steely glare from the Irishman. He's won the last 2 ends, but he's under pressure here. Still 3 down on the scoreboard and a set down. Another big moment for him. Will it beat the traffic? No.
He's opened up a slight passage now to the jack for Archer's swinging bowl on the backhand, Quentin.
Well, this is almost lights out.
Graham Archer's had a glance up at the scoreboard. Says 5-2. Now he's visualising a nudge on the jack. That could be 9-2. It's worth the risk.
Oh, it's got going for 4 all over it, hasn't it, surely?
Because if he plays soft weight, he cannot take his own shot bowl out, because the bowl out on the right coming in, Archer's really, that short bowl protects Graham Archer's shot bowl if he's only playing half a metre of weight. So this could be a match-winning shot for Graham Archer.
Holding one, but oh, the lust to take all 4 here.
A second 4.
Some hope. Getting narrow now, though. Good effort. He'll have to be content with 1, but still a very strong position for the Scotsman as we relive that bowl going through the gap. And Claire Johnston, fellow Scottish bowler here at Warilla, realising that was a near thing. 6-2 to Archer. We're getting to the point now where ends are starting to run out for James Talbot. We've only played 5 of a possible 9 in this second set, but he needs to win the set, with Archer claiming the first 7 shots to 6. It stands out like a sore thumb, that count of 4 at the top of this set.
Talbot's very lucky, Quentin. There weren't 2 4s on the scorecard.
Yeah. Yes, that last bowl in the previous end wasn't too far away from trailing the jack through for the maximum count again.
He really did leave the head vulnerable. Just too many loose bowls at the moment for James Talbot. Could be Talbot's last opportunity. Sort of very good situation here. His opponent doesn't have a bowl within a metre. He's holding 1 pretty good shot, and he still has 3 bowls to play. So potentially he could grab a maximum count of 4 himself on this 6th end.
This will be 2.
Rod Coleman there, he's the manager of the Jim Baker Stadium. It's at County Antrim where Talbot plays. He'd be willing his charge on. Archer's just, I feel Archer's too strong, Quentin, over these long length jacks. He's always produced, well, he's heavy on this one. Through to the back. Oh, this might be the big and only opportunity that the Irishman's going to get to claw his way back into this final. He's 4 behind. He's holding 2. He still has 2 to play. And he's pinched his line. He's tight.
Pretty average result. But still pressure on Archer here. He knows that if he doesn't minimise or get in the count, he's still a chance of going down 3.
He'd be dreaming about trailing the jack for 3, Quentin, but tactically it's a poor choice if he plays weight. I think he's got such a wide drawing bowl that Talbot's last bowl, the short bowl's not in the way for his forehand draw shot.
A look of concern.
He's pulled the switch to the backhand.
Needs to bend.
It's looking quick as well.
Well, here is the chance. Here is the chance for Talbot to get 3. Poor bowl his last, but just imagine the release of thinking, oh wow, it was a shock on my last one, but I've still got a free hit basically to make it 3, and that will get me within 1 shot.
He's only scored 4 singles and 2 doubles in the whole final, so the first opportunity of the match to score a treble.
Is he up to it? Has he pushed it? Has he pushed it? Yes, he has. Talbot back in the second set. He's got 3. And now he's within 1 of Graham Archer. A poor end from the Scot, must be said, but 3 very good bowls from Talbot, and he's right back in the hunt in this second set of the men's final. Yet again, there's just a little blip in this story as it seems to be going down one path. We have a twist and a turn, and here it is. 3 to Talbot on the previous end. Remember, he's basically 2 shots behind, even though he's 1 behind at 6-5. He does need to win this set to force a tiebreak. And that's a great bowl. So really, he's playing from 2 down.
Middle of the bowl, middle of the kitty.
Very loose end from Archer previously. Don't know where that's come from. See if he can get back on it. Again, he's very wayward with that first bowl. Brick by brick, the pressure now is being applied by Talbot.
Dylan Skinner, a 13-year-old star from Bomaderry, just south of Warilla. The great junior players of New South Wales, and a name to look out for in the future.
Taking plenty of mental notes, no doubt. Seeing the big boys in action here.
Was on the rink just before this final with young Dylan Quentin. He's a real star young player. A lot of people with big raps on young Dylan. Bobby King, one of Australia's all-time great players, came out of the Bomaderry Bowling Club. What's happened to Archer?
Well, his last one was okay.
Okay's not good enough.
Well, he can eke his way home. He won the first set.
Keep down, Jane.
But Talbot has won 3 of the last 4 ends.
One on the measure, but I'd probably favour James's on the measure. Very close.
Well, that would have Talbot 7-6 ahead.
And that would have Archer with sweaty palms. Needs a good bowl here.
No, they're sweaty already, I think.
Oh, he's got wobbly knees. He's pushed this out. He's just, oh, he's losing it. Now a touch on the jack. Guess what? Talbot will be holding 4, Quentin.
Dare we say the Archer has lost his range.
At the moment, tactically, even though Archer has 2 best back bowls, he can't really afford to attack with Wade. He's only got 1 bowl anywhere near the head. So it'd be an unwise decision to attack with his last. He might have to. He could be 4 down.
Talbot's last. Holding a couple. Well, it flopped down. Might not be in the count anyway, but needed to flop down. It's tight for a second, but in we go. Ooh, a bit of trickery for you to help out there. The expanding circle helps us out.
Just had a terrible thought, Quentin. Archer has a very wide drawing bowl. His bowls hook viciously as it slows down. If he comes in underneath the jack, it's not impossible for Graham to cut the jack straight down the line. He could be 3 or 4 down. So if he's going to play wait and miss, he should miss the jack on the wide side. Definitely not on the narrow side near his bowl. He could poke that jack left-hand side of the line. He'd be 4 down.
Mind you, if he plays a bomb here, he's right in the box seat.
Backhand, it could be a drive. Forehand drive, swing and a miss.
Well, I'm a little stunned. I think everyone inside the rink's stunned, and you're probably stunned at home as well, because this match has taken an amazing turn in the last 5 ends. 4 of them won by Talbot, and after being 5-0 down after 2, Talbot is now 7-6 ahead. He was fidgety and jerky and under immense pressure a moment ago, James Talbot. But he's held his nerve, and all power to him. Oh, and you can just see a little smile there. It's been a great comeback. Well, if you've gone to get a cup of tea or maybe have a rest break, or yes, this is the same match. Yes, this is the scoreboard. Amazing how things have changed of recent times.
And just when James Talbot needed a great opening bowl, he's really let one slip almost 1.5 meters beyond. So that's a poor opening bowl.
Great bowl from Archer there.
Rod Coleman. Talbot's charge. He's saying, come on, son, I've let you in early to the Jim Baker Stadium to practice for this event. Show me the goods.
Well, I'm not sure whether you can pick it up at home, but it's a good day to be playing indoors because it's raining quite heavily outside at the moment. We can actually hear it just on the roof in the complex here.
Quentin, he's thinking of his victory speech. He's thinking of the tiebreaker. If he's not careful, he'll be shaking hands on the next end. Archer's in the pressure cooker as well.
It's a case of neither horse can win at the moment.
He's come sailing through Graham Archer. A couple of metres of weight, and as soon as it left his hand, he knew it was a poor ball.
You can really hear it pouring outside. Looking a little better here. Much better. Yes, that's the shot.
Oh, resting back toucher. Oh, Rod Coleman on the right. He's loving it.
And the body language of the Scotsman has changed remarkably in the last few ends.
If Archer loses this final now, Quentin, he's going to have nightmares for a long, long time.
The crowd have woken up a little as well. Not that they were asleep, but figuratively speaking, the drama of the contest.
The spot out on the right, if the jack goes off the rink to the right-hand side as we're looking, it's worth 3 to Archer. He might even be contemplating a drive already, Graham Archer. So Talbot needs another bowl near the jack, but he does not have a bowl on his left-hand side of the line, the backhand side. So Archer could have a drive, spring the jack off to the left and score 3 on this end. It's a dangerous head at the moment for Talbot.
Well, he's going to finish on the line in front. What a beauty!
Oh, it is a beauty. It might be a bit too close to the jack.
Well, I was just thinking it's far enough away, isn't it? Here's a good look.
Oh, that is truly a great bowl, Quentin. But Archer's going to have to take a risk here. He's going to have to play weight onto the short Talbot bowl, onto the jack. If he squeezes it out to the right as we're looking, he could actually score 2 or 3 shots himself. If his nerves are absolutely shot, he won't attempt the drive. He'll try and draw the shot. First sign of nerves is usually poor decision making. There's only one shot on, given the scoreboard and the importance of this shot, and that's a running shot. And that's what he's not playing. He's playing controlled weight. His bowl will swing narrow at that speed.
This is quite the turnaround. James Talbot has won 5 of the last 6 ends and has picked up 9 shots to 1 in that time to now lead 9-6 with 1 end left in the second set. There was the first beauty. And a peach to follow. 2 shots. The Fighting Irish. What a performance it's been from James Talbot to get back into this match. You could have got almost any price about him at 5-0 after, or 5-0 down after 2 ends in this set. Now you're flat out getting a decent price about him to win.
Yeah, I wouldn't write Archer off in the tiebreaker though, Quentin.
Shots that, please, Jay.
It's amazing, isn't it? The confidence, the mindset of a player when they're under pressure. Talbot was fidgety, he was nervous, he was creating all sorts of new movements and twitches a few ends ago, and now he's back on song. He's outdrawing his opponent. He's got a 3-shot lead, one end away from the tiebreaker. Archer doesn't have to win the set, only a tie would be good enough.
So he needs 3 shots.
And that is a good opening bowl. It's not the shot, but he's set up the touch on the jack for a trail.
It was Talbot who needed 3 to get a share of the first set. He actually had a bowl to make it as well, but didn't make the shot. He just picked up the 2.
Talbot, what's he doing? He's a bit early to be running for cover. Archer's experience will help in the tiebreaker if we get there.
Has he pushed it? Yes, yes. Okay, so that's the shot.
Well, that's one of the 3 that he needs. Oh, he's changing hands when he doesn't have anything near the jack. This is a risky tactic. Play the hand you know best and stay on the draw shot. He's switching to the forehand. And he hasn't sent it. And Archer is good enough to slot this and his last in for the title.
Holding one.
Oh, really dumped that bowl away too.
He did dump it. That should mean it takes some speed off Quentin. When the adrenaline's pumping, you're generally overweight, so maybe it was a good dump.
2. With 1 to play.
Oh, no. Joe Edwards scored a 3 to win the women's title.
Her name's now on a similar trophy. This is the men's trophy. Leif Selby the last 2 years. Neil Spears is on that trophy. So Archer looking to become the 2nd Scotsman to win this title.
If your nerves are uncontrollable, you play wait and pray here. It's tactically a draw shot. But I think he's looking vulnerable.
This has been one crazy game.
Forehand. How much weight? Should be a draw shot. Oh, he's looking for luck. He's under it.
Got some good luck though. Now, I just wonder whether the bias here of Archer's going to make it a much harder forehand trail for him. The catches are there. The cordon is set.
There's a gap there on the forehand though, Quentin.
That's what. Can he get through to get to that jack with his wide drawing bowls?
He can. He's got to take the risk.
Oh, look. 5 slips and 2 gullies. You've got to go for the nick, haven't you?
Through the gap, coming in on the right, the left-hand side of the line, and pick up the jack. That's Quentin's attempt at the trail. He's so nervous he can't hold the pen. It's set up beautifully to win a title. He's looking at the gap.
I'm not used to drawing on that.
No, I know. It's tough.
Telestrator.
It's tough.
Look, when you're under pressure, everyone feels it.
You need a light grip on the bowl, Quentin. Same on the pen. It's away. Maybe the match winner.
Well, he doesn't look confident. He he's given away the end. Oh, gee whiz. Hold on, he's still giving it away. But for a moment there...
Well, nearly bounced it another 6 inches.
he should have had it have it heavier. Oh dear. A tie break it will be. Probably fittingly. A couple to Archer, 9-8. Talbot wins the second set.
Tails it is. I'll take it.
So the 1-2 Archer. Talbot wins at 9-7 and a tie break required in the final. Our 6th and last program from the Warilla World Cup 2011. And somewhat fittingly, it's our only match to go to a tie break. The women's semis and finals all sorted out in straight sets, so too the 2 semi-finals in the men's section. But here, at the last dance, the big dance, the tie break is required. And who knows what we're going to see here, considering where we've been through to this point.
15 shots to Talbot in total, Quinn, and 14 shots to Archer. Too close to call. Archer's experience or the unpredictability of the Irishman?
Well, I think that'd be level on brain explosions and nervous jitters as well, because we've seen a few of those as well.
Yeah, unless you've been there, it's difficult to explain how you can be quickly just overcome by tension and anxiety and heart palpitations, and it's hard to keep unwanted thoughts from your mind. All the momentum is with Talbot.
One above, one below.
But if I was going to have a bet, I'd be on the blue bowls.
And that same point because of the regular tough match play?
Yes,
for Archer?
That is the only justification I could see for Archer winning, is his experience under the pump.
And the fact that we're due for another momentum swing. And it's his turn.
Well, Talbot has to now switch to the forehand side. He's only one down. He's got his own short bowl coming in. Not a bad head to play to. He's been guilty of dropping too many short bowls when he's needed to arrive. Oh, he's short again. But I think he might have snuck in for the shot. What a wonderful, wonderful forehand draw shot.
Close, favour you, but still very close.
James, last spool, how far's that?
James, last bowl, about 4 inches short.
So Archer favoured by Jamie Nabby, the marker. So he's playing this as if he's holding. Well, neither here nor there, really. Both men with one bowl left in the opening end of the tie-break. And both of them just having a real look at this head, trying to work out what's going on. And I've been sacked from the Mr. Scribble duties. Shuey's made his way back to the telestrator.
I think he needs to play a little bit of weight here, Quinn, and try and skirt his own front bowl, clip that out. But if he's a little bit tight on the wide side, he comes across and turns this bowl straight perfectly onto the jack. The angle's great if he gets the outside of his short bowl. So don't draw when you've got two chances with weight. Forehand, a couple of metres through the head. He's got a couple of metres, but he's pushed it out too wide.
So an important bowl this now for Archer. He's still just double checking to see that he's holding. Shots counting in the tie break. 3 ends they'll play. If it's tied up after 3, they play a sudden death 4th.
I agree with you. I just favour blue, but it's worth a measure.
Jamie, Nabby and James Talbot just discussing, yeah, we think it's blue, but we'll still have a look at it if nothing changes here. Gee, it's very tight. We can only go by what the marker says at the head.
If he does draw onto his own blue bowl, Quinn, and he could actually flop down onto the jack and give the shot away, but oh, he's kept clear.
This is going to be a perilously close measure.
Just favour yours.
Yeah, I favour yours.
I'm surprised that they're using the tape measure here. It's so close. Yep. Jamie Navy said, no, too close for comfort. Calling the umpire with his bag of tricks.
Looks like a calibre job.
He fancies yours. I fancy yours. From that side. Put it back right now.
So now the delicate work of the umpire to test the distance between these two very close bowls. That's the bowl of James Talbot. Those calipers look to have seen better days as well. They're looking a bit rusty. Let's hope they're trusty. Well, it is Archer's bowl that is closest. 1 blue to start the tie break.
I'm rolling it out. Oh, jeez. Shaky bit.
Put my favourite in.
Well, the tension's getting to everyone here. 1 shot to Archer to start the tie break. A very, very close measure. Which had even the umpires shaking in their boots.
Final deserving of being 1-all playing going into the next end, Quentin. With maybe the last bowl of the match to win the title.
We have had that many ups and downs and swings and roundabouts. It is one of those break the tensions with a bit of laughter type of matches, and that's not, with no disrespect to these players, because they've certainly put on an interesting narrative for us. Oh, but knuckling down when it means a lot. That's wonderful stuff. Outstanding from Talbot.
Didn't quite get behind the jack, but he's got about a third of his bowl in behind. It's certainly better than sitting alongside the jack, so it's not a bad bowl in terms of being, for Graham Archer, it's a difficult head to convert, because if he reaches up to try to turn the bowl out, he'd probably spring the jack at the same time. So a wonderful opening bowl from Talbot. Can he replicate it? Oh, the first one took so much out of him. He's come up lame now. With a big wide turning bias, this will suit Archie. He's having a look at the television monitor.
That's why they're both peering off to their left. And to your right of screen there is a monitor which has the picture of the overhead camera. So it gives the players a better look at the state of their head. And he was just looking at the angle of that bowl. Just a bit too quick to take the bias at the end there, but a very good attempt.
Archer could score 3. Talbot can score 3 on this opening end. He's holding 1. He's got 2 to play, so he can certainly score 3. Archer can sit the shot bowl out for 3 if Talbot fails. So every bowl vitally important.
One right on the money, 2 short. Archer next, leading this tie-break 1-0.
Tell us straight. Well, Graham Archer's studying the head. This bowl is about 1 metre short. It's not in the way for him to come around with just 1 metre of weight and just spring the jack out in this direction. He's really looking at playing a big firm running shot down here and clipping it off the head. He's 1 down, but he's got 2nd, 3rd and 4th nearest to the jack. So,
and Chewy, he took the 1 shot in the first end of the tiebreak, which helps as well. If he wants to be a little bold here. Don't know whether that's coming back. No, it's not.
Well, at the moment it's 1-all.
The rain pelting outside again.
This is a very important bowl as well, Quentin, because if James Talbot could add a 2nd shot, and he has nearly 60 centimetres of room, he could actually afford to drop 1 on the next end and go into a 4th end of the tiebreaker. So an extra bonus shot here would really help his chances of success.
Is he up to it? Last bowl, 2nd end of the tie-break. Talbot's got a shot, barring a mistake. Can he get a 2nd? I think he likes it. Looks good. Looks very good. Well played. 2 to Talbot. We go to the 3rd end of the tie-break. It's worth another look, as Talbot doubles his count there and not only draws level with Archer but goes past him. 2-1. The 3rd end of the tie-break awaits. It's had plenty of drama, and now we are right at the pointy end. Archer takes one here, and we go to a sudden death fourth end of the tie break. Any score to Talbot, he wins. If Archer picks up two here, he wins. Archer has the all-important last bowl, and the Irish camp is restless. Archer looking to join Neil Spears as a Scottish name on this World Cup trophy. That's going to be very hard to beat. Wonderful bowl. He has been dogged. So plucky, the man that's taken a decade away from the game to follow Manchester United around the world. Oh, and that is a play worthy of Ryan Giggs in the clutch.
He was very unlucky to cut the jack. It's exposed the jack. If he misses the jack, he sits right behind it, Quentin. But the forehand conversion, forehand draw shot and forehand runner are all on. Jack in the ditch.
This will need luck at swooping.
Very good weight though, because he hasn't played too much weight too early. I actually feel that Talbot has to trail the jack again, Quentin. Should perhaps go up and have a look. It's a fairly easy shot if Archer plays firm weight. If Archer pussyfoots around with delicate weight, with his wide swooping bowls, I think it's a difficult shot. But jack into the ditch for two, or firm runner for the title.
But it's Talbot holding the shot and with the bowl in his hand.
He's running for cover. He's getting toward the back of the rink. He thinks his one shot's good enough.
Deliberate bowl. And why not? Throw the gauntlet down. Okay, Graham. You try and make it. I'm in front. I've got the shot. Not such a bad tactic when you think about it and put it that way.
Oh.
That's not a positive sign.
Oh, that's his worst bowl of the match.
That is absolutely wild. That's onto the other fairway.
It's also off the rink and into the ditch, so maybe that was a smart move of Talbot's to get the backwood in. So I'm going to force you to play the delicate conversion. What does the Irishman do now?
Yeah,
I think maybe backhand draw
into that
beat the one
bowl.
on the right.
Yep.
Yeah, beat the drop just underneath inside the bowl, bottom right.
He doesn't want to go anywhere near the
Now
jack.
He's got the best backwood. He's got first and third. It's going to be difficult for Archer to score a double unless he trails the jack a metre. So why not put one a metre behind? But no, he's playing forehand.
Could be his last bowl of the tournament.
I wonder if he's playing a blocker, a deliberate block, a couple of metres short of the head to stop the runner.
That's what he's gone for. But that's
not going to stop
too
Archer.
much. Yeah, it's narrow.
That might force Archer to play the right weight now around that bowl. Sit it through for the title, for two.
So there is one bowl left, and we have all three results still a chance. A Talbot victory, an Archer victory, and another end in the tie-break. But most immediately it is a match lighter Talbot, and Archer has to change things. He's not happy with it.